Well, hello there. Welcome to Mike's Daily Podcast, the one show with me, Mike Matthews, that is the longest-running self-produced daily podcast on planet Earth in the land of Meritopka in podCastro Valley, broadcasting from Café Anyway. And we are at episode, 3,230. 3230 is where we are as we are having a great time trying to get used to this year so far in 2026. Oh, we're going to talk to some interesting folks like Benita, the rodeo queen, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, the Brewmaster, get into what's going on, what we'll be all raving about technologically, what you can get ahead of everybody. If you know some of the stuff that's already going to be big, you're going to be ahead of the curve. Or is it the curb? Or is it somebody named Kerr, like Jim Kerr from Simple Minds? Hey, 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 hey. But my favorite of theirs is, you could see the lights shine when you lift me up, alive and kicking, sanctify yourself. And what was that other one? Of all the things she said. And then there was the Waterfront song, that which that bass line inspired some other big song that is nowhere near in my brain at the moment. Oh, wait a minute. Everybody wants to rule the world. Dun, 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 dun. But then Simple Minds did with the Waterfront. Dun, 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 something like that. It was that kind of a thing going on in the 80s with synthesizers and bass lines and cool keyboard riffs. And the great vocals of Jim Kerr from Scotland. He had a little bit of Scottish accent when I saw him being interviewed. So I don't have any interesting stories about Scotland. I've never been there. But I have been to Café Anyway. And I would love to take you there now. Let me get the door for you. Café Anyway. Welcome to Café Anyway.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
So wonderful to be here at Café Anyway. Isn't it? I'm Mike Matthews. Welcome to the show that's
Mike's
called
Daily Podcast.
It's great to be here, and I had a good time talking to you about things and then trying to rhyme these words. And then I had to stop this recording, but then I started again. What's up? Okay. What I've discovered is that
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Perhaps when I do a podcast, what I should do is write the song out ahead of time.
Daily
It'd probably be better.
Podcast.
A little bit better, but that's not too much better, I don't think. Oh, what a fantastic way to start the show with these kind of interesting lyrics. So we had an interesting beginning to this year, 2026. And, you know, we've all had a couple years now dealing with the AI revolution. OpenAI's ChatGPT is nearing... do I keep saying GBT? I meant GPT, because I'm potentially popping my P's on the mic, and GPT is the way to go. Is nearly 900 million weekly active users using it. That is up from 800 million just a few months ago. Google's Gemini, which has about 650 million monthly active users, has now got some people checking out the other thing that Google has, which is called this Notebook LM, an AI-powered research and note-taking tool developed by Google. It utilizes the Gemini mode to analyze the entire documents that are in a PDF or a web page, and it provides a summary. Or you can do an interactive Q&A, ask it questions about it, so you don't have to read the whole darn thing. Also,
and here's today's podcast picture.
It says an audio overview. That says to you and I, in a more clear form, it means a podcast. It will make a podcast of what it has found, or even a video a video TV thing for you to watch, a TV show. And that is an overview of what you've just... Speaking of things to look at, which I know this is an audio podcast and you can't look at anything unless you go to see the video, which you can find at mikesdailypodcast.com. I'm doing a little something on Twitch at the moment, that's what got me all twitchy at the beginning of the show. I was trying to fix something. It was weird. It was recording on the wrong angle. So I was going vertical instead of horizontal. The late great Basil the Boxer couldn't stand it when that happened. He's like, why? I want it to be horizontal so you can see more of the screen, not this vertical thing. But I guess if you're looking at a phone, it doesn't matter. So that is doing that, this Notebook LM. And something called mind maps. I could do a search to find out what a mind map is, but that's way beyond my caring. It was also known, this Notebook LM, as Project Tailwind. And it's trying to simplify complex documents, enhance user action, get people faster to their chowder bowls so they can finish their chowder. Did not have any chowder on New Year's Eve. However, I did have something called a porridge. Yes, like what the little, what was her name that had the spider that sat down behind her? Was a little Bo Peep with the porridge? Or my porridge is hot, my porridge is cold. The three little... Porridge shows up a lot in the Brothers Grimm and the Aesop's fairy tales and what the Danny Kaye play. The Hans Christian Andersen, the Danish guy, and all of that. So, what, however, why did you bring up all of that? I guess to bring it all up just to say, and that is such a wonderful expression, just to say, because you and I, we say things all day long and don't pay much attention to what other people say. But just to say, that was cool.
I think part of what is happening, I think Democrats are lighting their hair on fire to get you to cover this story, to try and keep repeating the same story.
We're not trying to set our hair on fire. Not that I have any. That'd be rather painful. But yes. All right, Tesla had some bad news earlier. Well, late in the week, last week, about the whole thing that they're not the number one electric vehicle maker in the world now. They don't sell the most electric vehicles.
I want to be the computer from Star Trek.
Okay, and you can, if you would like, go for it. But the thing is, Alexa, that it would appear the other people... So Alexa makes the Zoox self-driving cars. Elon Musk has his own self-driving cars that Tesla does. Yeah. Trying to take their jobs. The big one is the one Google has called the Waymo cars. They seem to be the biggest ones. And people like to, in San Francisco, I was hanging out with some folks on New Year's Eve that live in San Francisco, and they said, oh, yeah, we love vandalizing Waymo cars. Now, they themselves didn't do it, but they said that the people in San Francisco like to put the orange traffic cones on top of them.
You're switched on. You're a bit of all right.
It gets them a bit of confused is what happens when you put that on those Waymo cars. Because the residents of San Francisco are really not the biggest fans of it. But it is there, and it's happening. And the electric vehicle maker, is it BYD or something like that? But BYT... Pretty young thing. That was a Michael Jackson song, PYT. Pretty young thing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a good song. I'll take you there. Well, Piper Sandler, not in any way related to Adam Sandler, I don't think anyway, analysts believe that Tesla's full self-driving software to compete with the Waymos and everybody is very close to becoming unsupervised.
Got to be kidding me.
I am not. Unsupervised, allowing drivers to be hands-free and eyes-free. Now, I got this story from Rob Black. He has told me, no, I tried the self-driving software on my Tesla, and it almost drove me right into a pole. So I don't know how effective it is yet, but... This is a reported significant improvement as we go outside of Café Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley.
Anyway.
Café Anyway is where we're broadcasting from, the last place on earth in the land of Ameritopica. It's a reported significant improvement in the miles to critical disengagement metric. That's very important. miles to critical disengagement metric that jumped 20 times after a recent FSD software update. So
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It's got more time for it speeds up the time. Wait, it makes in less time it can supposedly stop itself from getting into a bad accident. Full self-serving. Self-serving. That's just so self-serving, Mike.
I'm really busy right now.
Sorry. Full self-driving FSD is the crown jewel of Tesla's auto business. Yet they had suffered a big blow as far as their reputation went when it turned out that the Chinese company was selling way more electric vehicles than they were. Australia's nationwide ban on social media for users under the age of 16.
We have a basic responsibility to protect people's data. And if we can't do that, then we don't deserve to have the opportunity to serve.
Well, that probably made that guy really sad, Mark Zuckerberg. It has taken effect in Australia. The law applies to a list of major social media platforms, including Instagram, owned by Mark Zuckerberg there, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, X. So you got Snapchat and TikTok. YouTube is owned by Google. And that's the music behind Google's in the work rooms. They play that music all day. They pipe it in. No. X owned by Elon Musk. There's then Reddit. Let's see. These are all the media platforms that are banned in Australia. Reddit, Facebook, that's, of course, Mark Zuckerberg. That was his first big baby in the beginning. Kick, Twitch, and Threads, all banned, and the aforementioned ones. And should you own crypto?
Any quick thoughts for us on pro and con on crypto?
A lot of times, a lot of older people just aren't going to understand it. It's super volatile. It acts like a risk asset. I don't really buy the destruction of the dollar. Like, well, if we have a fiat currency, there's no backing to it. So if it ever goes to zero, you're going to own crypto. Well, US dollar ever goes to zero, good luck logging in on any internet, right? Are you going to, how are you going to exchange crypto?
Right.
I'd rather own gasoline and bullets at that point if we're going to be, Mad Max beyond Thunderdome. So I don't like that angle at all.
Gasoline and bullets, he said? He's a certified financial planner, so something to think about there with all the people that went nuts over crypto in a good big chunk of last year, especially once Trump got into office and he was being Mr. Pro cryptocurrency, and he started that whole part of the government of the administration that would be the Department of Cryptocurrency.
He's nuts! They're nuts!
Well,
they know nothing!
Now we wonder if everyone was nuts that got so far into it, but it's gone down. Maybe by the time you listen to this, it's gone back up. I don't know. I'm not an expert in this, but back to social media. 77% of all the Australians supported this ban, arguing that it will decrease.
What in the world was that about?
Decrease cyberbullying and help protect children's mental health. So more than half of Australians wanted the Instagram, the TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, X, Reddit, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, and Threads banned. I don't know what Kick is, but I do know that a great Australian band, that was huge in excess, they had an album called Kick that had Never Tear Us Apart, bum, 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 bum. We can live for 1,000 years if I hurt you.
What president ever talks like that?
I make wine.
That's not who we are.
From your tears. I told you. The we can fly.
Darn tootin'.
Yeah, it did hurt. Sorry, I won't attempt that again. The late Michael Hutchence. Oh, he could sing that song like nobody's business. So they had a great album called Kick. They had a song called Kick on it. Sometimes you kick, sometimes you get kicked was the chorus, and that's so true.
I caught you a delicious bass.
Oh, thank you. That makes me feel a little bit better. And then, of course, the other great songs on that album were Mystify, I Need You Tonight, Devil Inside, and New Sensation. And there were a bunch of other great ones. And speaking of bullets, Bullets in the Sky was in that. Versus, no, Guns in the Sky.
You are fake news.
Fake news. No, that's true. The other big band out of the 80s, U2 had their song Bullet the Blue Sky, which was from their Joshua Tree album. But that's enough about those bands. By the way, all of them were like big fans of each other. And REM, big fans of it. They were all geeking out over each other's bands in the 80s. So much fun.
Someone's going to get fired.
I hope not. Here's the thing, is that if we don't have that kind of culture here in America. Once upon a time, it's funny. You go back about a year ago, before Trump became president. Fake news. And so many people on the right were like, oh, we're being censored. Oh, everybody's being censored that we know, and that they're smart.
All right, we made it through. Da-da-da-da.
They're saying, no, we're being censored. Wham! Then Trump becomes president, and who's crying about being censored? Jimmy Kimmel, the people who love Stephen Colbert. There's suddenly a new platform called Blue Sky that's trying to be, because all the people that got banned off of X got back
You're
on.
a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way.
I treat people wonderfully. Here's something, though, to consider. One last bit of interesting stuff to consider. And that is that we are in an age of subscription captivity. And I got this from Rob Black. He is heard on AM 1220 KDOW in the Bay Area, Monday through Friday in the 5 p.m. hour. And he's on Cron TV Monday through Thursday in the 9 o'clock hour. He's on there. Monthly charges. And by the way, a lot of people are getting sucked into this at this time of year with all the gym memberships that are happening. And I know because my ex-wife, when we were married, she got involved with a gym in Huntsville, Alabama when we lived there. And she ended up never going, but we were still getting charged a ton of bucks, a bunch of money every month. And it was like, but she's not even using this. She's not even going. And we couldn't cancel it. We tried everything to do. We would have had to hire a lawyer to get out of it. The only way we did get out of it was we moved, changed our address completely. And that somehow ended it. We were planning on moving back to California anyway, but so it is very important to look over everything you're getting charged for, all those subscriptions you're being charged for. Monthly charges for free delivery, watching thousands of movies and shows, listening to millions of songs, getting the latest news. Now, whether we're happy with the subscriptions, subscription captivity is what they're calling it. 61% of adults subscribe to a video streaming service. My lovely lady friend subscribes to three different British television movie type channel. There's BritBox, there's Acorn TV, and there's PBS Masterpiece. Between the three of them, you think one of them would have the new Doctor Who shows. Nope. You can get the old ones, but not the new one. Oh, look who's here. Hi, Mark. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How you doing?
Hey, it's a Disgruntled Fiddle Player, tell you what.
What?
Yeah, we're subscribed to all those things, too, because we love it so much. Oh, hey, this guy's here, too.
Hello, Mark. I make delicious root beer. I'm the brewmaster. Drink it right now. I'll cut you. Oh, boy.
All right, let me drink some of this root beer. Well, that's really delicious stuff there. Thank you so much, Brewmaster.
Yeah, here's the phone number.
Mike at the Café Anyway hotline.
Yeah, give me a call.
Area code 510-228-4640.
Whatever you want to call that, that'd be great. You can call that number if you'd like to call into the show. So, yeah, you know what? This is some really good root beer. How are things in the basement?
Mark, they're really great. I got a visit from Benita the Rodeo Queen and the Disgruntled Fiddle Player. They came down to see me because I make the root beer. And they're really cool guys. I like them a lot, and they talk to me. And I'm all alone down there in the basement making the root beer. My God.
Wow. Okay. We were talking about... Oh, yeah. So, Disgruntled Fiddle Player, you have some British channels you subscribe to?
Yeah, all of them.
Okay. Yeah, no, my complaint is, so I guess the new Doctor Who, you can only watch that on Disney Plus for now. Even though that's such a British show, like you would throw it on one of the British channels. Nope, it's got to be on Disney Plus here in America. But I guess that's ending. Disney Plus is ending their relationship with the BBC. So that's going to probably change back to one of those other channels like BritBox or Acorn or the other one, PBS Masterpiece, which, by the way, PBS Masterpiece, very lacking. I don't know how much he's paying a month for it, but this is what I'm talking about. These subscriptions, these video streaming services, and 61% of us subscribe to a video streaming service. Now, this blows my mind. 33% subscribe to a music streaming service. That says to me that a lot of young people, they don't want to buy these albums. They'll just listen online, and they don't like the commercials. So they're going to pay for it on the 33% of all of us. But I bet most of that is younger folk, because us older folk, we still got a lot of our CDs. However, a lot of us also had to move a lot over the past 50 years. And, you know, we've lost stuff along the way, and we don't have a lot of those old albums we used to have and records and stuff. And we go, you know what? It took up a lot of space having all that music on CD or record or cassettes. I talked to a guy today who said, he's around my age. He said, Mike, I think somewhere, I know for a fact that somewhere I still have a cassette of Timex Social Club. They were in the 80s. 86. They had that song Rumors. How do rumors get started? They're started by a lot of people who's in. Look at all these rumors surround me every day. Just got to find some fun to get away from. In her camisole, she's 6 feet tall. She'll knock you to your knees. Yeah, there were some interesting lyrics in that song. But that was number one when I graduated high school. And some people still own the cassettes that they bought back in high school. I know I have a lot of mixtapes that were made by friends of mine, or, hey, Mike, I'll record the album for you. And I still have those tapes from people I have long lost touch with. Fascinating. Oh, speaking of subscriptions, and this is true, I know, with my lovely lady friend who has an Amazon subscription for Amazon Prime. That's how we can watch a lot of stuff. Like the BritBox actually comes through Amazon Prime. She does not have a subscription to Walmart, but it looks like 29% of all of us are either subscribing to Amazon or Walmart, or 17% of us are subscribing to gaming services like Xbox Gold. I have no idea what that is. And then a lot of us are subscribing to security apps, financial apps, fitness apps. 33% of us are doing that. The average American pays about $924 a year on subscriptions in total. That comes out to about $77 a month. The typical American subscribes to around 5.5 different subscriptions is what it comes to. And 4 out of 5 of us had paid for a subscription service in the past year, spending an average of at least $90 every month. There is a app that Rob talks about called Rocket Money. It's free. And for 14 days, it will look over all your financial transactions and weed out stuff like this. Or you could be someone like me that pays attention to every little thing that I'm subscribed to. And I think twice, 3 times, 4 times, I think Lionel Richie long and hard about if I'm going to subscribe to something. Commodores, maybe. Was that the song? Bert, twice, 3 times late. Maybe he was still with the Commodores when he did that song. Anyway, Café Anyway, the point is, be careful of subscriptions. Be careful of AI. Be careful of social media. It will suck the life out of you and make 2026 a lousy year for you. You don't need that. I'm rooting for you all the way. I'm pulling for you like a tractor pull. I'm pulling like you're some kind of big old, what do tractors pull in those? I guess they pull other tractors. I forget. I haven't been in one of those in a while. Anyway, Café Anyway, with all things having to do with Mike's Daily Podcast, we go to the mainframe. Thank you so much for listening. A-Frame's going to tell us more about how you can find out more about this podcast. Take it away, A-Frame.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye.